Dex agents always come in pairs. They are loyal to the state first, their partner second, and themselves least of all. As soon as they sign their contract and an extensive non-disclosure agreement, they are the property of Dex Industries and under the command of one Tristan Crail. Once their training is complete, Dex agents await partner assignment and deployment. These partnerships are vital, career-defining, and devastating when they come to an end, because as soon as they sign, there is only one way for an agent to cease being an agent. For Kit Johansson and Valentina Vardi, their partnership is about to commence at the highest level, setting the tone for a relationship that will shape the future of Dex Industries.
The International Confederation, a bonus episode of the Dex Legacy, starring Tiffany Clare, Alex White, Chris Gregory, Warren Graham, Hadia Morris, York Campbell, Rhiannon Armitage, Mary Claire Wood, Fraser Armitage, and Emily Inkpen, with music by Dr. Alan Stroud.
You sent for me, sir.
I did. It's time you had a partner, and I'd like you to meet Kit. He was undercover in Roan until recently.
Kit.
Valentina.
Roan?
Yes, hence the reallocation. We lost Kit's last partner with a missile. You'll be her replacement.
Yes, sir.
Your first assignment will be to accompany the President to the International Confederation of World Leaders. He's been summoned to answer for his so-called crimes regarding the Roan missile.
Are we likely to see any complications?
Yes. My agents in Xenos know of plans to intercept the President at the event, especially if things go in his favor. And they will go in his favor. Auto, transfer the International Confederation brief to Kit Johansson and Valentina Vardi.
File transferred.
Viz files of those involved are all there. Your instructions are clear. Dismissed.
Yes, sir. Roan?
I can't talk about that. I lost my partner.
Yes. I'm sorry.
It's the worst thing.
Hopefully it won't happen to me.
Yeah, well, that's a hope I can get behind. You're fresh. No previous partners or overseas assignment?
No,
So you're yet to put your life on the line for Dex Industries?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh?
I was almost killed by Isra Dex.
Isra Dex?
Yes,
When did that happen?
about a month ago, during the torture test.
Torture test? That actually happened?
Yes, it did.
And how were you involved?
I was the lead interrogator.
You're kidding.
No. She had my head in a lock. A fraction of a second later, and I'd have been gone. Tristan intervened in time.
What was it like?
What was what like?
You know, what were they like?
She... They, Look, it's hard to describe. They're not normal. They don't feel pain like other people. They don't lie like other people. In fact, they don't lie at all. Not really. It was weird. They were evasive, but they took a lot of punishment before they let anything go, and even then... The younger one, Ren, he's smart.
And the others?
The girl, Isra, she's tricky, slippery. She doesn't lie either, but she went for a compelling negotiation. That was when it happened. Boss told me to play along, so I did. I released her, and she is so fast. I threw up after because I was shaking so much, and not because of the chokehold, but because of how fast it happened. I've never seen anyone move like that before. And the look in her eyes just before. They're killers. Cold killers. The three of them. The oldest one, Varian, he killed Yaz and Perone with his bare hands. He broke out of his bindings.
That's impossible.
Yeah, we thought so. Yaz and Perone definitely thought so.
So, they are what people say they are.
Worse. Much worse. I heard Boss talking about them taking out whole units of enemy soldiers on their own, and I didn't believe it. Thought he might have forgotten to mention other Dex soldiers being involved, but no. They could do it.
And you were in a room with them. You didn't have a partner agent, you were in there alone. Most trainee agents are on admin duty and get stuck doing paperwork until their first deployment.
Well, I've done my fair share of paperwork, but honestly, it didn't sink in. You know, the danger, and until it was over. I had a sore neck, but Yaz and Perone, their bodies. Perone's head was facing the wrong way, and Yaz, well, he clearly punched her in the face, but her eye and that side of her face was just gone. Unrecognizable. And Boss wasn't even angry with them. They did that to Dex people and they got away with it.
But they thought it was real, right? They thought they really had been captured. You were torturing them.
Yes. And I was telling them what we were doing to the others. That's when it all started working. I guess I was having fun because I knew it wasn't real and it felt like a game.
But to them, it wasn't a game.
No.
Let's just say when Tristan told me I'd be paired with someone fresh, I didn't expect... You're not fresh, if you've seen that kind of thing. You must have scored highly on interrogation.
Interrogation and tech.
Well, those were my worst scores, so we're well suited at least. Alright, let's get to that transport. We can read up on our targets on the way.
Otto, remind me, what are the charges?
You have been summoned to the International Confederation of World Leaders to defend yourself against the charges levied against you by the new Zenosi government. Namely, that you, 1. Willingly and in full knowledge of your actions, did not communicate the power of the warhead sold. 2. Used Zenosi land to carry out an illegal weapons test on a populated area. 3. Are responsible for the deaths of over 3 million Zenosi citizens. Brackets. Final count ongoing. 4. That you carried out research of a nature prohibited by the International Confederation of World Leaders.
Otto, wouldn't we have to be considered a nation in order to be held accountable for that last one?
Yes.
And so far the IC has refused to acknowledge Dex Island as an independent state.
Yes.
You have your speech prepared?
Yes, of course. It's quite all right, Tristan. They have nothing on me.
I'm more worried about the possible Zenosi attack, Nathaniel.
You've assigned agents.
They'll be disguised as political aides. They won't fail.
So what's the problem?
Just be on your guard.
You want me to have someone tasting my drinks? Tristan, I'm not a Jakran president, and I won't appear like one. Our North Jakran president and client, Eric Thalno, he's relatively new and hasn't descended into total lunacy yet.
With them, it's only a matter of time. Jakran presidents do tend to die in office.
Well, that's one way of putting it. Assassinated in cold blood would be another. The South Jakran president, Araven, he must be getting nervous now.
Yes. He's been president for almost 20 years.
Tick-tock.
Indeed.
Any specifics?
There are 3 groups planning coups at present. In all likelihood, he'll be suffering a mysterious accident in little over a week.
Well, I shan't be sorry to see the last of him. He's a tedious man. Do what you can to make sure someone less tedious and more amenable succeeds.
Of course.
Right. Any further information for me?
It's always coming in. I'll keep you informed.
Good.
So, we've got 3 marks. We can kill 2, but 1 needs to be alive at the end of it all, and we can't be seen by anyone.
The one who has to be alive. She's personal assistant to the new Zenosi Prime Minister.
Yep.
What do we do? Lock her up somewhere?
That is what we need to work out. This is the seating plan.
A circular table with 1 standing position. I take it our president will be pleading his case from there, with Xenos almost opposite. He'll be between North Jakra and Oskil.
How many Oskilian chancellors will be there?
It says here all 5.
This is a big one. They normally only send 3.
The 2 we can kill are mid and low-level aides. Have you ever done anything like this before?
Yes. Once. But the objective on that one was to watch and defend, not purposefully hunt.
There's 2 of us and 3 targets.
That's too many to tail without losing sight of one, if they split up.
So we incapacitate the PA. She removes herself from the situation, then stalk the other 2 and take them out.
Incapacitate how?
We need to slip her something. Get her to go to the bathroom and stay there for a prolonged period of time. Then we can take the other 2 out. We need it to be quiet, though. Neat.
Agreed. How do we dispose of the bodies?
Taximara.
Ugh, really?
You don't like it?
It works well enough, but it leaves a stain and it's just... You don't want to watch it work. That's for sure.
You're squeamish.
I think it's normal to be disgusted by a dissolving body.
Does it smell?
Not much. It's Devek and Srivastava tech. They teamed up on it, so of course it works. It's just gross.
Well, I don't care. I'll guard if you like.
Sure. But no judgment if you keep your distance.
Let's have another look at the building blueprint.
It says here we have to pass out these memos to the other delegate parties. Discreetly.
Other delegate parties?
Except Xenos.
What do they say?
They're sealed.
Multiple objectives. Great.
Now approaching Hearth, principal city of the Oskilian region of Venos.
Why is it always Hearth?
It's where the seed shuttles landed and the first colony was established. It's the unofficial capital of the planet, in a way. The International Confederation always meets there.
You'd think I'd know that. I'm Femrossi.
Knowledge is only knowledge once you know it.
Dex, it's good to see you here.
You sure about that, Thalno?
I'm sure this past nonsense will be taken care of swiftly enough. Then we can all get back to the business of securing the future of North Jakra.
Yes, as president of North Jakra, that should be your priority. We both have plenty to be doing there, I think.
Yes, indeed. We'll talk more about that while we're here. The Terran nationals on the mountain border. They're still trying to encroach on our territory above the Blood Road.
I'm aware of that business. My ability to help at this stage may be compromised if things go badly today. Can I count on your vote?
I would say so. For the sake of our ongoing relationship, yes. Although I'd like to reopen discussions about securing a Roan-class missile, Nathaniel.
Eric, I've been dragged to this circus because I sold one. You can't think I'd even consider selling a second.
Just put it back on the table.
It was never on the table. For anyone.
Oh. You're keeping your nose clean until the trial's over and done. I see.
If you can guarantee me your support, I'll send my children to clear your Eteran problem up within the month.
Well, there's a threat that will wake the Eterans up and make them pay attention. Done and done. Last time I was here in Oskiel, I saw some of the high security footage of them fighting in the Dominos Mountains. You do know how to build weaponry, Nathaniel. I'll give you that.
I know how to charge for it too.
One vote coming right up, and I consider it a bargain.
I have eyes on the prime target.
The secondaries are together.
You've got a better view than me. How tall are you?
1.8 meters. Ish.
A huge chakran?
Yep.
Figures. You see anything else?
Do we need to?
Nothing wrong with being focused, I guess.
The PA's on the move. She's coming over.
Let me lead.
Dex Island?
That's right. Xenos?
Yes, this is the schedule for the day. And
Thank you, but we already have this.
You'll want to see this version.
All right. Thank you. Keep the targets in your sight.
What's she given you?
Oh, It's a comment attached to the dock. I'm an agent. Stand down. They know Dex Island has agents. So they're throwing this out there in case it makes a difference.
Well, even if she is an agent, orders are orders. Right?
Right. And sending her for a long bathroom break won't change anything. All right, we proceed.
Already done.
What?
I aimed the tick at her other hand while she passed you the files. Direct hit.
You're sure?
Positive.
Gods, you're good.
Where are the others?
Where they were.
President's moving.
And so are we.
Boss said they'll only make a move if our president is cleared.
That's right. But we should take them now.
We can't kill them too early. Someone will notice their absence. The First Minister will need them during their proceedings.
Fine. We wait.
Your Majesties.
Nathaniel, you answered the call?
Of course, King Atala. When the International Confederation clicks its fingers, we all jump, whether we're a nation or not.
Of course you're a nation. This is ludicrous.
I must admit, it's odd you being brought here. If Dex Island isn't a nation in its own right.
Quite. Nadras has always considered you independent, and we're your closest neighbours, so we're the ones who matter.
If only your opinion could sway the chamber, Queen Kalia. But it seems no one will accept us or claim us.
Perhaps we can clear up more than one issue today.
You think that's possible?
Why not? One of the charges laid against me only sticks if Dex Island is a nation.
They have tied themselves in knots.
Kalia, I take it your defences continue to run smoothly?
You know they do, Nathaniel. They were beautifully designed, perfectly installed, and continue to perform. Although since you moved to the island, they've not been tested.
Those who occupied Dex Island before it was Dex Island were persistent.
Persistent idiots.
I'll never understand what possessed them to turn their attention to Oskill.
Boredom. As soon as Nathaniel installed our defences, their missiles stopped getting through, and we were able to ignore them. So they targeted someone else.
And were obliterated for their trouble.
One country falls, another rises.
With your help, Atala, Kelly, we could become a permanent feature.
If it comes to a vote, you know where I stand, Nathaniel.
When does it all get started?
It's already begun. Let's give out those memos. They're obviously important.
What do you mean it's already begun?
Look around you. The debates are happening all over the place. Xenos is working Oskil right now. Nathaniel's with Helenium and Nadris. And South Jakras just joined the...
Where's Vosnor? Vasnek?
Talking amongst themselves. I'll approach them now.
Of course he probably knew what the bomb would do. But there's no proof. Xenos are wasting our time with this.
Unless everyone's united against and always going to side with those who have the biggest bombs.
Can I help you?
From Dex Island.
Understood.
Did you hear anything?
Xenos are screwed.
I'll deliver to North Jakra. Thauna's team are close.
Incoming communication. Boss.
Answer.
Another target has been acquired. This file transferred. High priority. Use deadly force if necessary.
Valentina, did you get that?
Yes, they're moving. I'm on them.
Because a Dex presence in Helenium could dissuade their attention.
That's close enough. Can I help you?
Phew, that was close. Good work.
I have a message for your president.
I'd be happy to pass anything on personally. Perhaps we can discuss it over there.
You really want to do this?
Absolutely. I wouldn't want my president interrupted.
Fine.
Valentina, watch his right hand. He's got a spike.
No sudden movements. Oh no.
Everything all right?
Almost. Target neutralized, but he got me.
Where?
Forearm. It's got to be some kind of toxin.
Fall back, suck, and spit it out. Be quick.
How much time do I have?
No idea. But it won't be immediate. They wouldn't want it traced back to them.
I'm applying Taximara to the target body.
Suck and spit first. You're well hidden. Everyone's moving into the chamber.
I'll be right there.
Dex Island, as I'm so often reminded by many of the individuals here, is a weapons corporation. We have a
Valentina, you don't look so
reputation
good.
for producing the
You should call it in.
highest quality
I can take it from here.
munitions in the world.
No,
And I'm proud of that reputation.
there's two of them and two of us.
And I've personally
Let's get
worked
this done
hard to
before this stuff
secure
takes hold.
Fine.
different
They're skirting the
times
table from both directions now.
with every
They'll wait for him to
country
finish
here.
his speech, then do something like refill his water.
No,
Same,
they won't.
consistent, high standard
Let's get them
of
outside.
At every point, we strive to push boundaries and maximise the effect of technology.
Make no sudden movements. We're going to walk through that door there, and we're going to have a conversation. Just the two of us. Do you understand?
Step back, Kit. You don't want to watch this. Remember, dissolving bodies and all that?
Valentina, you really need to sit down and take a stim shot. We'll take care of this, then call it in.
Oh.
I can watch him after you've been given some. Oh no. No. I need immediate assistance.
Yes, oh sir, it was a success. My name's cleared and Dex Island has been officially recognised as an independent nation. So a double win. No problems. One of Tristan's agents took a spike for me. Yes, I'm fine. I understand it was close. I'll be talking to Tristan about her. She's good, and with that kind of skill, I'm thinking personal staff. She's not well, but it's all worth it considering. This makes our position much cleaner. It seems no one wants to mess with us after your Rhone bomb. It really was a spectacular achievement. I'll need to ready the press for an official announcement. They say Rhone has been reduced to fine grey dust, and Dex Island is rising from the ashes.
You know, Nana, my last partner, she was great. We were paired from our first assignment, sent to Rhone to infiltrate the rebellion. We were with them for 4 years, gathering intel. In the end, Boss recalled us. We had all these files to bring back, and Nana managed to get closer to the leaders than me. We were on the northern coast, well away from the capital, and she opted to stay behind. We didn't think the bomb would affect the north. Of course, it affected everywhere. I wasn't with her. In the end, she was with a bunch of people who had no idea who she was. It's not right. And I knew, I had this feeling she needed to get out, but she kept saying no, that she'd be fine. Come on, Val. Wake up. I can't lose you too. Not so soon. We were good together today. We make a great team. You can't let them get you. Not on your first assignment.
Val?
You're awake. I'll call someone.
You call me Val?
Yes.
Only my brother calls me Val.
You have a brother?
And 2 sisters.
Tell me about them.
You want to know?
We're partners now. I want to know everything.
International Confederation, you heard Tiffany Clare as Valentina Vardi, Alex White as Kit Johansson, Chris Gregory as Nathaniel Dex and Mark, Warren Graham as Tristan Crail, Hadia Morris as Queen Kellia, York Campbell as King Atala, Mary Claire Wood as Political Aid, Fraser Armitage as the Minister of Vasnek, Rhiannon Armitage as Political Aid, and Emily Inkpen as Auto and the Minister of Vosnor, with music by Dr. Alan Stroud. The Dex Legacy is written by me, Emily Inkpen, and produced by Alternative Stories. If you enjoyed that episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. These small gifts from you mean the world to us and make the Dex Legacy more visible to potential listeners. If you would like more information about the series, head over to www.thedexlegacy.com. There you can find scripts for every episode, so if you like to read while you listen, you can. While you're there, sign up to the Dex Legacy mailing list for bonus content about the planet SP714, the main characters, bonus scripts, and more. If you would like to support the Dex Legacy series and help bring Season 2 to life, you can at ko-fi.com/the Dex Legacy audio drama, or by visiting the website and buying some of our merch. Thank you for listening to this bonus episode.